Factually inaccurate. Morally correct. This is Babylon Bee Radio. Our top story. The newly released search warrant of Mar-a-Lago claims that former President Donald Trump had recently acquired all 6 Infinity Stones and was keeping them on a fully assembled Infinity Gauntlet in his closet.
When our mole inside Mar-a-Lago told us that President Trump secured the Mind Stone, we couldn't afford to delay. We knew he had already acquired the Power, Space, Reality Stone, and Time Stone. We had to treat the situation with urgency.
Justice Department head Merrick Garland took the stand to defend the raid on Trump's house, saying that the, quote, bad optics were a small price to pay compared with the imminent threat of a fully functional gauntlet wielded by such a formidable opponent. In recent months, Trump has posted cryptic messages on Truth Social, which some commentators have taken as veiled threats.
You could not live with your failure, not Supreme Court Justice Garland. And where did that bring you? Back to me. The best president since Lincoln.
Other truths included,
A soul for a soul. That sounds like the best trade deal in the history of trade deals. Maybe ever.
and
Perfectly balanced, as all things should be.
though some have noted he posted the latter message while feeling out a new 9-iron on his golf course. Garland later spoke to the press, insisting that the FBI's raid at Mar-a-Lago was completely justified. Eyewitnesses noted he looked unusually fetching in an elegant Dolce & Gabbana evening gown and a Dior sun hat.
We wouldn't raid Trump's Mar-a-Lago estate or Melania's wardrobe unless it was absolutely 100% necessary. I resent any accusation that this raid was influenced by partisan politics or my insatiable desire to wear pretty designer dresses.
The Attorney General then did a little spin in his purple gown as the press gasped with delight. FBI Director Christopher Wray echoed the statement as he strode up to the Hoover Building in a dazzling pair of diamond-encrusted Alexander McQueen stilettos. Several news outlets present also noted the alluring scent of Chanel No. 5 in the air. Trump later took to Truth Social to announce that his golf clubs were also missing. A late-breaking story, President Biden has fired FBI Director Christopher Wray and appointed a new director that he hopes will restore American trust in the organization. Burt Macklin, a 20-year veteran of the Bureau, will take command immediately.
You all thought I was dead, didn't you? Well, so did the president's enemies. But now I'm back and on the case.
Macklin, a once highly decorated agent, who most notably worked on the Peach Pit and Piegate scandals, left the agency years ago after he was framed for a crime he didn't commit, stealing the president's rubies. According to sources, Macklin has since then been working alone and undercover as Andy Dwyer, a regular citizen in Pawnee, Indiana.
As FBI director, I promise not to let you down. But I was wondering where my director's chair and that little snap thing you hold and say action is. Do I get those after my speech, or?
Director Macklin went on to announce that his top agents are currently being assigned to investigate the bicycle that tried to assassinate Biden by making him fall. He also promised to get to the bottom of who is sabotaging the country and weakening us from the inside at every turn. In light of so-called gender-affirming care making the Hippocratic Oath silly and outdated, Harvard Medical School has officially adopted the new oath, mutilate kids for money. While genital mutilation of small children was once frowned upon as barbaric and sadistic, Harvard Medical School has resumed the practice after realizing they can make a truckload of cash.
Sure, I had my doubts about performing invasive surgery on a completely healthy young girl that would render her infertile and permanently scarred,
Said obstetrician Dr. Francis Grimstad.
but then I realized I could make a lot of money. Who cares how much I hurt children if I can buy a house in Martha's Vineyard? Bring me another defenseless little girl and my scalpel.
The school decided it was therefore time to replace the antiquated Hippocratic Oath with one that better reflects the school's values. Harvard Medical School President Damon Pazuzu.
Well, back in the dark ages of medicine, ignorant doctors would make a solemn pledge to do no harm. Luckily, we have now become enlightened to the real purpose of medicine. Making money by permanently mutilating defenseless children while we pat ourselves on the back for being good people.
While clinics performing permanent child mutilation have already begun to close in other countries as the harms become well documented, Harvard has doubled down on its commitment to physically and psychologically traumatizing children. At airtime, the ghost of Hippocrates was dearly looking forward to the day of reckoning when all those who intentionally harm others will finally be stripped of the title physician. Stephen King fans have long been perplexed as to how the man who wrote The Shining, the Dark Tower series, and Misery could possibly be the same guy who logs onto Twitter and tweets like a 7-year-old chimpanzee with anger issues. Well, you can consider this mystery solved. The King estate confirmed that the famed author actually died when he got hit by that van back in 1999, and they've just been releasing manuscripts they found stuffed in his dresser drawer since then. But what about the insane rants posted on his Twitter account? Enter Penny, a clinically insane, blue-throated macaw who sniffs glue regularly and suffers from Tourette's syndrome. Penny was hired to keep King's Twitter account running with political hot takes and commentary on current events. She logs onto his Twitter every morning and just starts ranting like an absolute maniac on whatever the current topic is, or smashes the keys to tweet something insane about Trump.
Orange man bad! Orange man bad!
Squawked Penny after drinking her first cup of coffee laced with methamphetamines.
Lock him up! Lock him up! Lock him up!
She then got to work bashing her beak into the keyboard, tweeting insane things about DeSantis, Trump, Republicans, and just about every other political topic imaginable. The estate has revealed that they ran out of posthumous manuscripts to release after the excellent 11/22/63, and that every book since then has been written by a half-wit honey badger with dyslexia. According to sources, local dad Trey is historically known by his kids as the most hilarious, fun, smart dad on earth. Unfortunately, he recently announced his son's 14th birthday, marking his transition into a totally lame and boring moron.
My son is going through puberty and now I'm officially the most cringe person on the entire planet? What on earth happened? I was a superhero just a few days ago.
The statement prompted his son to roll his eyes and say,
Dad, seriously, you're so lame. Please stop.
Sources confirmed that Mr. Marson's strange transition happened on the exact morning of his son's 14th birthday, although experts are unsure whether that's just a coincidence.
It's possible that Trey Marson has been lame this whole time and his son just now realized it. More research has to be done. Wait, is he mowing the lawn in cutoff jeans and Crocs? Yikes.
In a joint appearance with his son, the irredeemably uncool dad tried to explain to reporters how cool he used to be, causing his son to throw a blanket over his head, jump out a window, and run away. Now you're up to date on the only news that matters. Find more fake news you can trust at BabylonBee.com. Until next time, this is Austin Robertson, the voice of the Babylon Bee. So long.